Hey everybody, this is Alan Fine. I'm here with Jeanette Goulston Lincoln. She is the travel trade manager of Strawberry Field. This is almost a mecca in Liverpool for people who are interested in both. I'm getting stuck on the Salvation Army part, but it's a giving place, but it's also a place of history and music, and we're going to talk about that here on Insider Travel Report. Strawberry Field, the layperson knows it as a song, but what is it really?
It's a new heritage attraction in Liverpool, but it all goes back to the 1930s when Salvation Army bought the children's home that was there and owned and ran the home. And John Lennon, as a little boy, went to live with his Aunt Mimi, who was virtually a neighbour of Strawberry Field. Right. John, being the sort of cheeky sort of chap he would have been, I would imagine, would jump over the wall. He would hear, having heard the children play in the gardens, and would join them. He felt free there. He discovered children that were just like him. They weren't living with their parents. Climbing trees, playing football, just seeing what was happening there. He felt free. He had his dreams. He never, ever forgot Strawberry Field. He was able to be there whenever he wanted. Sometimes he would bring his friends. And years later, when John was waiting to be in a film in southern Spain, in Almeria, he thought about Strawberry Field. He was thinking about his childhood and the role of Strawberry Field, and wrote that famous song. And
the word forever after it.
Absolutely. He added the S, Strawberry Fields Forever, which I think is beautifully done.
Well, what did he mean by the S? That's curious right there. Do you have an inkling? I don't. We can cut that question.
I sort of see it as fields rolling.
I do.
Sort of
I do
feeling
too.
of freedom.
Well, no, I think it actually makes the place bigger because it was big in his mind.
Yeah.
So a single field is not, to John, it must have been. Plus he was little, so it was massive, so it was like fields to him.
Yes.
So maybe we'll leave this piece in. Anyway, so tell us more. So it's 1930s is when this...
Yes, I think they bought Strawberry Field, the children's home, in 1934.
Right. And then did it go into disuse, or how did it become what it is today? Because it's now different.
The original home was a Victorian Gothic building, and what's incredible, really, is that it looks very much like the Dakota in Central Park West.
That makes sense.
Feeling that that might have attracted John and then John and Yoko to live there. But as time went on, the idea of a children's home, things were different. Maybe that building had already been taken down, and so it was still owned by Salvation Army, and they had plans to create what they've achieved now, which is this fantastic heritage attraction that is all about community. We are based in Woolton. Woolton is a sort of historic suburb of Liverpool, around 20 minutes from the centre of Liverpool. But it's where John and Paul, George and Ringo were born, where they grew up, where they went to school, where they met each other. And it's not too far from St. Peter's Church, where John and Paul met.
So today, someone visiting it, what will they see? It's a heritage site.
Yes. The visitor experience, which has already won awards, comprises of an exhibition. We have an interactive media guide in several languages, and people that were there at the time, witnesses at the time, are talking to camera. So one is a fabulous woman, Mavis, who was 93 when she was interviewed, but she was a child in the children's home and later became a singer at the Cavern Club. We have a teacher, a Salvation Army teacher, who was working at the children's home. Our honorary president is actually John Lennon's sister, Julia, and Julia speaks about John's childhood, the meaning of Strawberry Field for John in our exhibition.
So the exhibition is uplifting, and it's about what this property meant to a lot of people.
Yes, but at the same time, you have the history of the Salvation Army,
Right.
the history and heritage, of course, of the place.
Right.
John and his childhood,
Right.
the writing, the recording of the song. So we actually have pieces from George Martin, their producer, talking about the production of the song. Also influences on John. Was he influenced by Elvis Presley or was it Little Richard? So there's some discussion there.
Yeah.
One of the highlights, and this is extremely moving, that we have John Lennon's Imagine piano. So John composed and recorded Imagine on this upright Steinway piano. We were approached in 2020 when John would have been 80 years old by the estate of George Michael. George Michael bought this piano in 2000. He did tour it in the States for a short time, but he always wanted to bring the piano back to Liverpool. And so the estate approached Strawberry Field, and it's on long loan as a whole,
As it should be,
our
yeah.
exhibition, as it should be, yeah.
Wow, now that's a reason to go there for the music lovers to see the piano. So if so this is a commissionable location.
Yes, so the exhibition is fully commissionable. You can speak with me. We work with both DMCs, but we can work direct as well. And
How would they communicate? I mean, is there a email or a URL or both?
yeah, they can email me. We've got strawberryfieldliverpool.com. Then click on the Travel, Trade and Groups page and you'll find my email, my contact mobile. I'm also on LinkedIn as well. And we can go from there.
Okay.
What's very important as well, of course, is our historic gardens. So your visitors will be able to follow in John's footsteps. The gardens are wonderfully peaceful, very, very calm. The trees that are there were there in John's day. And we actually have some of the Victorian stone from the original children's home, which you can sit on.
Let's talk for a moment about one of the most iconic parts of the whole thing, the gates.
The iconic red gates are now situated, the original gates are situated in our gardens. So years and years ago, the original gates were stolen, but they were rescued. They were then hidden for many years by the Salvation Army, and they were returned in great style into our gardens. So we really welcome our visitors to stroll through the gardens, enjoy them, and see the gates.
So let's just talk about the STEPS program, please.
Steps at Strawberry Field is a program for the local community. So we have young people with learning difficulties, other barriers to work, that are able to join us on a training program for maybe 9 weeks. They also do work placements at Strawberry Field itself, as well as for Liverpool businesses. We say to them, what would you like to do? And then we tie in that sort of work with what they're looking for. And the aim is to achieve paid jobs for them.
Mm-hmm. I'm just struck with how much good has come from a single property that was witnessed by a young boy and continues to inspire not just him but the world.
Thanks so much, Alan, for this opportunity. And we welcome all visitors. Our gates are open for our groups, FITs, and hope to see you soon and to hear from you.
And this is Alan Fine for Insider Travel Report.